Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kal Halal, Wahawad La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Vchaha Kodash. Double honor goes out to the venerable apostles and elder bishops and Zaquanium of the GMS Great Millstone who rule and teach Yasha Allah well through the Spirit, laboring in His word and doctrine, and are our true teachers for the nation of Yasha Allah on earth today. Peace, salutations, and blessings goes out to the Bayath Shah Dawada, which is the house of David, the tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of this world, beginning with the 144,000, the governing body. Abba Ratazah, which means Father willing. So Father willing, this lesson is edifying. Yeah, man. America, Babylon the Great needs bodies. Any conscripts to fight this third world war, the war to end all wars, World War III. Alright? The Holy Bible calls it the third woe in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. Alright? The second woe is past. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's right. This war will be fought with nuclear weapons, man. Alright? At some point, the whore America in the near future will institute the draft again. Before I go further, I get the book of the prophet Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5, which reads, For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Yeah, that's what separates this up and coming, well, we're in the beginning stages of it, World War III. That's what separates it from these ancient wars. The ancient wars were not fought with nuclear weapons. They weren't even around yet. Right? It was all close quarters, sword and shield, bow and arrow, cavalry, charging in, right? Screaming, yelling, sword and shield clanging together, men killing men with, with such brutality, right? But this is different. This is with, burning in fuel of fire, man. All right, to end all wars. Okay. But yeah, another draft is gonna come. It's just a matter of time. Benjamin Netanyahu wants your sons and daughters to go over there and be put in that meat grinder. All right. This war is only in the small hat states' best interest. All right. It's only in their best interest, right? The Israeli state's best interest. Netanyahu, right? Bibi Milkowski years ago said that eventually the USA will be drained of its resources and manpower. Loosely paraphrasing what the geezer said. Said a bit more, but that's what I remember anyway. Okay. But that's exactly what will happen. That's going to take place. Ultimately, this is the judgment of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Alright? It's His will, and let His will be done. Okay? So your sons and daughters are getting ready to go over there. Right? Over there in the valley of Yehoshaphat. The Lord's judgment, the valley of decision. That's for sure. Mark my words. So anyway, I'm just at the plantation right now on break, where I'm not really supposed to be, but through the Spirit we're going to get this lesson out, and no disruptions, Lord willing, from Satan. Alright. So I got this article from the peoplesvoice.tv. Trump orders Pentagon to prepare for mass conscription as ground troops mobilize for Iran invasion. Alright. Iran been waiting for this moment for decades. I'll tell you that. They are ready to defend their homeland against E. Obviously, we are not on the side of Iran either. We're not cheerleading for them, right? Nor any other nation for that matter, right? Because all your nations are going down, all right? Ultimately, all your nations are going down, man. The Lord is going to put an end to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's rulership, and all these other heathens are going down. All right? We understand Bible prophecy. The nations alongside their militaries will be destroyed during the Battle of Armageddon, Harmageddon, right? Mountain of Troops in the Hebrew. All right? 4 days ago, this article, Baxter Dimitri. All right? The Trump administration is quietly preparing for a massive escalation that goes far beyond the airstrikes we've seen over the past 2 weeks. Multiple sources confirm the president has ordered the Pentagon to draw up plans for a national military draft within 3 weeks as ground troops begin massing for a potential invasion of Iran. Yeah, it'll be a slaughter. Okay, the Northern Army will be slaughtered, yeah, in that theatre. Now, despite this article being, just 4 days ago, the Lord was shouting in the days for the elect say, but, many things are happening. Okay, and it all pertains to Bible prophecy, so it's coming out. All right. But let's go to Isaiah chapter 34. And Lord willing, you can hear me clearly and this transmission goes through successfully. Right, Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 5. All right. Satan is the prince of the power of the air, so he'll do anything to stop this. Isaiah chapter 34 verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. You hear that? Straight to the point. E, the so-called WHITE man. Right? Beginning with these top elites, the Amalekites, the small hats. Right, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, etc., etc. The usual suspect. The curse to judgment. Simple as that. The curse to judgment. Their judgment will be destroyed. Alright? In the lake of fire in the USA. Now, those that escape, the elites do, have their bunkers and other, retreats elsewhere. Your underwater retreats or wherever have their bunkers at in other parts of the world. Okay? They're going to be our first crop of slaves in the kingdom. Okay? Straight up. Alright? Is that escape World War 3? Alright? The Lord will send for hunters, to get them out of those, places of retreat. Okay? But anyone that's not part of the elect in Babylon the Great America, alright, will be destroyed. Simple as that. Alright? Intercontinental ballistic missiles, alright, being shot onto Babylon the Great. Of course, high concentrated laser beams coming from the chariots of the Lord as well. Now, America's going to shoot off missiles too and hit other, major parts in the world too. But America's going to be completely destroyed, that's for sure. That's written. Okay. Yeah. The rest of the E that don't make it. Alright? And these other heathens, they'll be... but these are the Edomites that will, that won't make it. They get destroyed in Babylon the Great America. They will be born again through the loins of the Dukes of Edom, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, etc., etc. Alright? Right, the amount of E that will, be preserved through World War 3. Alright? And the heathens too. Alright? The ones that perish. Yeah? See, be reborn as well to the kingdom and be slaves underneath the Israelites, ruling class. Okay. But yeah, they'll be born again inside the kingdom of heaven to serve out 1,000 years of hardcore bondage. But E will be done away with. These are the heathens, they'll be around. Of course, they're not going to be immortal or anything like that. Okay. Die and all that. Okay. The kingdom's going to be much better. The kingdom of Yasharala. Okay. But E was going to be done away with for good. Alright. After 1,000 years, let's burn them. That's the judgment that's written. Okay. Verse 6, the sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Right? A great slaughter is coming to the altar America. Many will be sacrificed. Again, only the elect will make it out of the US. Bozrah was an ancient city in Edom. America is modern day Bozrah. Just like it's spiritual Egypt. Alright, spiritual Nineveh. Alright? So on and so forth. So yeah, a major beatdown is coming. So back to the article. While the corporate media parrots Trump's claims of open quote good talks end quote and diplomatic progress, the reality on the ground tells a very different story. Israel's war machine is grinding into gear and it's coming for America's youth. See that? Over in the Ukraine, they're grabbing up any able-bodied male right off the street, arresting them, forcing them into the military. That's what they will do in America. That's coming to America. Just wait and see. Just watch. You YNs are in for a rude awakening. You're in big trouble. Rebellious and bang out of order. Behaving like wild beasts, man. E is coming for you. He's got you. He's got your number. He's going to draft you and send you off to war. You can act all bad there and there. There and then. Can act all bad there. But yeah, there's going to be plenty of employment, man. All these bodies to be cleared up. Even going to do that. Alright. Says on July 24th, Trump announced he was, open quote, pausing, end quote, strikes on Iran. That's rubbish. To give diplomacy a chance, but here's what they're not telling you. This, open quote, pause, end quote, is merely a tactical regrouping while the Pentagon prepares for the big one, a full-scale ground invasion. Big mistake, E, for you to invade Iran. Of course, again, like I said, I'm not on their side either. But once Iran comes full force, it's done. Then what will happen? The Dragons of Arabia are going to join ranks with them. Even all those vassal states that are servants of Babylon America, the Great, they too will eventually turn on America. Then here comes Gog, aka Russia. Then here comes Moab, China. Then here comes Gomer, aka Turkey. Oh yeah, it's going to be on. Trump himself admitted the clock is ticking. In an interview with Axios, he declared, "Not much time. Either it goes fast or not at all. This isn't the language of peace, it's an ultimatum." See that? So this ain't turning back. There may be some pauses here and there, but ultimately this thing is going off. It's going off like Femtex. Full steam ahead, like they say. Yeah. So it says, what's really being planned, subheading, the Pentagon is reportedly considering multiple ground operation scenarios, including a staggering plan to send thousands of US troops deep into an Iranian meat grinder on behalf of the small hats. Allegedly, the troops would be tasked with seizing enriched uranium from underground nuclear facilities. Peep that. Bodies for the meat grinder. Hey, they said meat grinder, they said it. Go to the prophet Joel chapter 2, verse 20. And it reads, But I will remove far off from you the northern army, Babylon the Great America, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savour shall come up, because he hath done great things. Alright, the Northern Army again is the USA. All her service members and soldiers are going to perish out there. Thus saith the Holy Bible. You cannot offset prophecy. That's the judgment written. America will be destroyed. Facts. Okay. Yeah. Many dead bodies over there. Gonna happen. Watch. According to the New York Post, the White House is actively studying a commando-style mission where elite forces, including Navy SEALs, would storm Iranian nuclear sites, dismantle mines, and physically extract stockpiles of enriched material. Military analysts are calling the plan, open quote, absurd, end quote, and a potential, open quote, massacre, end quote, waiting to happen. You see that? Yeah, them Persians, which are the Armenians, they are a proud people. Yeah. They're waiting for you Babylonians to come on. They're ready. Just wait, man, things are turning up. The Lord is a man of war, Yahweh is his name. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33, straight to the point. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Absolutely. This will come to pass. This is prophecy. Bible prophecy, whether you like it or not, or believe it or not. Okay? It's going to happen. Regardless if you don't believe. Also, Yahushua said he's coming back like a thief in the night. The whole earth will be taken by surprise, except for the Lord's servants, the prophets, the men of GMS, Great Millstone, and Great Millstone's true spiritual affiliates, beginning with the elder apostles on down of the Great Millstone. Alright? They will not be taken off guard. See, we're in the spirit of watching as well as praying. Okay? We know that the coming of our Messiah is very near indeed. The Economist notes that while a ground invasion seems unlikely due to the immense risks, the fact that US officials are openly discussing it signals a terrifying shift in war aims. The magazine outlined 3 potential escalation paths. Number 1, expanded attacks on Iranian infrastructure. Number 2, strikes on nuclear facilities. Number 3, full-scale ground invasion. You see? Yeah, huge slaughter, man. Back to Isaiah again, chapter 66, start from verse 15, and it reads, For behold, Ha'adawan Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebukes with flames of fire. Future prophecy in the Old Testament, waiting for this to happen. And it ain't far off. We don't have another decade left. I doubt we have 5 years left. See? Whole host of angels coming. Archangel Michael, angel built specifically for war. Oh yeah, coming back. Alright. Yeah. Verse 16, For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, plead with all flesh, and the slaying of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, shall be many. Hebrew word for plead is shapat, right? To judge. Okay. Plead, to kill, judge, destroy, punish, and they will perish. Okay. So many people will be deleted by the Lord. You proud American and you proud Americans period are going to get humbled. So a bloodbath will take place in the USA. The reign of terror of is coming to a screeching halt. So many bodies over there in the so-called Middle East. Okay. That's going to be a reality. See? All part of Jacob's trouble. The real story behind the numbers. Trump is trying to project strength, telling reporters abroad, Air Force One, that, open quote, we have a lot of ammunition, end quote, and, open quote, more than we could ever use, end quote. But leaked reports from inside the administration tell a different story. Running out, man. Running out. The Pentagon's top brass is deeply worried. General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, reportedly warned Trump at a White House meeting that ammunition stockpiles, are dangerously depleted. Did a lesson on this recently. Especially critical air defense interceptors that protect US forces in the region. Vice President Vance also voiced serious concerns about further escalation. That's good news, man. Not for Babylon the Great, but that doesn't matter. Good. The numbers don't lie. Since July 4th, US service members have been unalived and 207 wounded in the current conflict. The total casualty count since the Iran war began stands at 642, with 18 dead. These aren't the figures of a winning campaign. They're the grim arithmetic of a quagmire. The humanitarian catastrophe. Let's be clear about what a ground invasion means. Thousands of American soldiers and countless Iranians, many of them civilians, will die. Hey, this article is coming out and telling you. The Pentagon's reported plan to seize nuclear material would require troops to establish defensive perimeters in hostile territory, exposing them to relentless attacks from Iranian forces and militias. The ground assault on nuclear facilities will come with significant risks. The Economist warns. That's diplomatic language for mass casualties. Yeah, facts. Many people will perish. Straight up. We're not sugarcoating nothing over here. We're telling you straight up. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Absolutely. And President Donald Trump has been the perfect devil to lead you Americans into your final hour. Yeah, you're in your final hour. So lucky for that. Yeah, America is in its final days, man. Last leg. It's reached, it's circling the drain. There's no hope for Babylon the Great. There's no building America back. There's no making America great again. Straight up. It's done. Better that America is about to be destroyed and being taken out of power. The kingdom of heaven is something even better to look forward to. Wouldn't the end of this dreadful, horrific nightmare, man, to come to a close? Imagine just sitting there, like we have to, in traffic for hours and hours and hours. That's not normal. That's not living. The food, bloody hell, it's not real. It's not even food anymore. It just kind of looks and tastes like it. You got PDF files in the government. Child, PORN. All right. You know, discovered in like the Pentagon and stuff like that. Missing children being sacrificed to Molech. Alphabet personnel in the government as well. They're all free and they've got laws backing them. This is disgusting. This is not how you live. We're not even living, we're surviving. Laws protecting the alphabet community. Come on. And E has the highest IQ. Disgusting, man. And they're coming out and telling you that them Crown 19 things were not good for you. So all is being revealed. All is coming out. But the draft is coming back. America, your sons and daughters are heading into that meat grinder over there in the valley of Yehoshaphat. Straight up. No more war in the kingdom of heaven. From RT News, right, from August the 3rd this year. 6 unalived, including 3 children in Ukrainian drone attack. 6 people, including 3 children, have been unalived and around 40 injured in a Ukrainian drone. Update on it from yesterday, the 4th of August. Today's Wednesday, the 5th of August 2026, the year of sellouts, agents and apostates. Yeah, now it's saying 5 unalived in Ukrainian drone strike in Moscow region. Governor, at least 5 people were unalived and 6 others wounded in a Ukrainian drone strike in Moscow. See, that's turning up, man. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Okay, so many things happening, man. All right, and Satan is divided against himself, man. The Edomites hate each other. European Edomites hate the American Edomites, and vice versa. The kingdom's coming down. His queendom really is coming down. You can see it, man. You have half a brain, you can see it. But anyway, I'm going to end the lesson there. Lord willing, this was edifying to the Lord's elect of the household of faith out of the nation of Israel. In closing, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai Waha Racha HaKodash, and a bad babal.